Hi, my name is Mitchell Thomson. My student number is 722777, and today I'm going to be reviewing Chapter 13 of the book This Changes Everything, Capitalism versus Climate Change, written by Naomi Klein. Before I begin to review Chapter 13, I believe it's important to establish the argument that Klein uses throughout the book. An earlier quote says this: "There is still time to avoid catastrophic global warming, but not within the current rules of capitalism, and this is certainly one of the best reasons to change those rules." This quote highlights and exemplifies the argument that Klein uses throughout the book, in which he associates the rise of climate change with the rise of capitalism and its neoliberal philosophies. In Chapter 13, Klein attempts to create awareness with regards to the forgotten species which are affected by climate change, as well as the delayed consequences of climate change. By way of illustration, Klein spends the opening pages of the book detailing her struggles with fertility in terms of conceiving and bearing a child, and then she correlates that to the struggles that nature is having at the moment in getting species from the larvae and the egg stages into full maturation. Following the BP oil spill in 2010, Klein took a trip to the Gulf of Mexico with Jordan Henderson, in which she noticed something more disturbing than the obvious pollution that the oil was causing. She began to think of these larvae, these eggs, in the zooplankton, which rely on the water and the marshlands to act as an aquatic incubator, protecting them from the effects of the environment that they cannot protect themselves from. However, with each wave, more oil and more pollutants came in, and this compromised the water and the marshlands, and therefore compromised the larvae and the eggs' chances of growing into full development. This is dangerous because the consequences are not immediate and because the media coverage is almost non-existent. For example, in 2003, after there was an Exxon Mobil spill in Valdez, fishermen began to speak of the 3 years following the spill where there was an abundance of herring. However, in the 4th year, they couldn't catch any more, and this resulted in the closing down of many fisheries. The cause of this is that when the spill happened, there were many larvae and eggs which should have reached their full maturation within the 4th year of the oil spill. However, the spill completely compromised their development, and therefore they were not able to grow up and probably ended up dying before they were able to grow. The problems of pollution are affecting more than just animal species, however. In the Am First Nation, which is located in a highly industrialized area in Ontario, Canada, there have been startling statistics which have come out of studies from there. It has shown that the gases that are released by the industries have been able to cause 39% of women to have miscarriages in 1 year. This is 19% higher than the 20% that you find in the general female population. The argument that Klein makes in light of these pieces of information is that companies do not need to stop extracting or production because we need to use the environment to further ourselves. However, she says we need to produce and extract in a way that encourages the natural process of extraction and regeneration rather than using technologies to create an artificial environment which creates pollution and doesn't encourage regeneration. Now, the first inadequacy that I find with this argument is that the idealism of it outweighs the realism. Expecting companies which are profitable and making lots of money to change their ways in light of something which they do not believe exists in climate change is very ambitious, to say the least. I also believe that Klein's sole association of climate change with capitalism is narrow-minded and short-sighted. She forgets to speak of issues such as overpopulation, in which we see the number of people getting more and therefore the demand for resources becoming higher. This means that even if companies did want to change the ways that they produced and extracted things, they wouldn't be able to because there is such a high demand that they have to keep up with. Now, the thing that I love about this book is how optimistic it is and how Naomi Klein provides many practical ways for the average human being to help out in the issue of climate change. If she can draw media attention to the larvae and the eggs which are dying in the process of pollution, we may be able to take a more concerted effort to turn around these climate changes before the delayed consequences become very serious. Thank you.